Yeah, as you said, like it might seem like I'm brand new to the scene just because of the volume of music that comes out every day, but I put in my 10,000 hours. You know, I've been doing this for over a decade, and most importantly, I'm a student of this, just as much as I'm a fan and a practitioner of it. So, you know, Soul Controller 1 for me was an important like chapter in my story, because obviously it was the first time I did a solo project away from Timeless Truth. And, you know, it was a testament to whether I could do it or not. You know, coming from a group environment, you're used to like, let me do one verse and the hook, and then my brother would do the other verse, and it was like puzzle piecing. But in the solo context, you have to paint the whole picture by yourself, right? Like you got the blank canvas, you're the sole artist. So that was something I had to get used to and something I had to learn. And once I figured out I could actually do it, you know, I feel like my confidence definitely rose up. And it's funny, I was having a conversation yesterday with my boy, Roy Corduroy, and my wife, and he asked the same question. He's like, yo, what do you think the difference from part 1 and part 2 is? And my wife weighed in, she's like, yo, it's the confidence level. And I think it is that. There's like a muscle memory that you build up after you start putting in your reps and you start doing it and you start understanding what it takes. You know, and I always talk about it, man. It's like a 2-minute song could really take like 2 months to make. And not in the sense of recording, that's one session, but the writing, the vision, the sessions, the mixing, the mastering, the content, the videos, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so easy to think it's like, yo, this is just some cool Instagram thing and here's the link to listen, but it's so time consuming. And if you don't really have passion for it, you know, it's gonna show. And I know how much time I put into this because I obsess over the details. And, you know, hearing you ask that question about like a memorable studio experience about part 1, there's a song called Leisure Wear. It's actually the last song on the project. And for starters, I recorded the whole thing in my dining room. You know, like I didn't have no studio, no budgets. You know, I just had a kid. You know, I got to get my priorities straight, right? So I did the whole thing in my dining room. My boy, Mono and Stereo, you know, he engineered the sessions from my dining room table. My wife would be cooking in the kitchen right next to it. Small 1-bedroom, New York City, Queens apartment. And there was this moment at the end where I said something like, y'all can have the piss and match, we just sit and laugh. And you get like this experimental vibe when you're in your crib because your guard is down creatively, right? Like I've been to so many studio sessions where there's random rappers coming through and you put up a guard creatively because there's an image kind of thing that you're dealing with. You also don't want people to bite your stuff because you don't know who they are. But when you're in your crib and all guards are down, you might try something different. So after that bar, I just started laughing. And my boy Rich, my Mono and Stereo, and even my wife jumped in and we just did like a choir of laughter. And it's so ill to me, bro, because, you know, like the hip hop that I subscribe to, there's nothing funny about it. You know, it's like, it's nobody smiling. Rakim said it the best. Nobody smiling. It's like stone cold faces. But I felt like the whole theme of the project is knowing who you are, you know, and I know that I'm not always a stone cold dude. I like to laugh. I like to have fun. And I was reading a book around the time about contagion and things that like catch on in culture. And there was this chapter about the laugh track in TV sitcoms, you know, like you hear people laughing and stuff, and that's all fake. That's all just like engineered to make you as the viewer laugh. And I found that so fascinating because I'm like, yo, I want people to end this project with a smile on their face instead of like a stone cold tough guy grill. So that was probably the most memorable session, and it happened just to be in the crib. So that was it. For me, it was like, again, back to the rollout of this project, I want every element to shine. So by design, I did not put my lyrics on top of these teaser posts because the production is what drew me in first. And all these beats are made by one person. It's my boy Rich that we keep referring to. His name is Mono in Stereo. He's gone by other names in the past, like Authentic. And I've known him for like, again, probably over a decade, maybe 15 years of my life. But I'm also a very sample-based dude. You know, for me, the beats have to just really strike a chord with me, because I don't have time to write raps the way I did when I was in high school, you know, when that's all I did. I work a lot, I have a family, and for me to be inspired to pick up a pen and write, it has to be driven by the beat. And I'm not a no sample kind of guy. I need samples. I need like that essence. I need the dusty, you know, feeling. And there's a funk that I love that Mono brings to the table. It's funky, you know, and also at the same time, it's not overpowering, because I don't have a voice that could really project too much. You know, I don't have too much bass in my voice, so I need to find beats that complement my voice. You know, Guru from Gangstar is one of my favorite rappers of all time. Gangstar had a song called "It's Mostly the Voice," and I love that song because it's really important to me that your voice is an instrument that you layer on top of the instrumental, and that's how I like to look at the relationship between my voice and the beat. You know, so if I'm gonna get drowned out by a beat, no matter how banging it is, I'm not gonna do it, because it's not gonna make for good music. And at the end of the day, you know, the idea of timelessness is about replay value. That's something my man Tim Hotep taught me. You know, I'd rather do an album every 2 years and have people replay it a lot, because it means something to them and it connects with them. And that's why I got more personal with this album, because, yo, anybody could rap, bro. Anybody could rap. That's you find words that rhyme and you'll magically become a rapper. To make a song, to make an album, to have a vision, to give it a theme, to touch people's emotions in a way where they relate, that's the level of growth that I feel like I've stepped into as an artist. And it's not just about punchlines and bars, and we do that all day. You know, there are punchlines and bars on this project, but I also tapped into like more of the humanity, you know, and that's what I think makes this project special.